Hey, good evening. Welcome to Pillow Talk with Jaye. Thank you so much for allowing me to share a tiny portion of your evening with you. Please do me a favor, go to my page and like my page at the J Spot. Also follow us on J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at the J Spot Radio. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, I hope that you are keeping warm and are safe wherever you are. Again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight, guys, we're talking about tell me you care. Tell me you care. Hey, Brett, how you doing? Are you afraid to show that you care for the person that you're dating or in a relationship with? Do you find yourself holding back your feelings, how you truly feel? Is it that we're showing weakness if we show that we care? Hey, Marcus, how you doing? Are we showing weakness if we show the person that we're dating or the person that we're in a relationship with? Are we weak if we show them that we care? Why are we afraid to show that we care? Should we continue to walk around as though we have no feelings, as though we have no emotions towards the person that we are in a relationship with? Why is it so hard for us to be able to show some type of vulnerability? Listen, I know that in the 30 plus age range, listen, our hearts have been hurt a time of two. But if you're with someone and they mean something to you, are we really afraid to put ourselves out there and just let them know? Or are we waiting to see, well, I'm going to wait and see what they say first. If they don't tell me, then I'm not going to tell them. If they don't say anything to me, I'm not going to say anything to them. Are we really at that point? Have we really been through that much that we're so afraid to just say, man, I care for you, I'm glad that I'm with you. I'm glad that we're together. I like how I feel when I'm with you. I like how you make me feel. I like who I am with you. Are we too afraid, or are we too arrogant or self-absorbed? I mean, what's the problem? Why are we not telling each other how we feel? We'll go and tell our guys how we feel. We'll go tell our girls how we feel about this person, but we're not telling the people that matter how we feel. Good evening, Timothy. Why is that? Why can we express those feelings to others, but when it comes down to it, we can't tell it to the person that need to hear it? We got to stop thinking that people can read our minds. They don't know how you feel about them if you don't tell them. Sometimes you got to just say the words. Listen, I care about you. If you love them, I love you. I want to be with you. I want this to work. But instead, we'll walk around and we'll dance all around it, opposed to just telling them, I care for you. Why is it so hard to say those words? Why is it so hard to tell people? Why is it so hard to show it? See, we've gotten to a place where we're so complacent. We're so comfortable with being hard, with not having any emotions, without showing any love. But guess what? That ish only lasts for so long, because it's only so long a person is going to be with you without knowing what you feel, without knowing where they are, where they stand with you. It's only so long that a person is going to stick around. So if you care, say you care. If you love them, say it. We got to stop being afraid. I know, listen, life has been rough, dating, all this marriage, relationships, baby mamas, baby daddies, all that ish has left a bad taste in a lot of our mouths. But if you've been lucky enough to find someone after all of that pain, after all of that past pain, don't you think that it's time to acknowledge what you have before you don't have it anymore? You know what? A lot of times we take the people that we're in relationships with, we take each other for granted. Again, it's not that hard. Let them know that you care. Let them know that you love them. It's like having no feelings. You walking around like you doing something. I ain't telling him nothing. I'll tell my friends. We'll post all these statuses on social media. Oh, I got this person. I got this. I got the best thing if you love. But you won't tell them. Nobody has time to sort through your subliminal bull junkie. If you love them, tell them. If you care, tell them. Nobody has time to try to figure out what's on your mind, what you're feeling. Nobody has time to try to crack these codes. Again, I understand that it can be scary to just put your feelings out there, to put it all out there on the line. It's hard to trust people with your heart like that. But you got to ask yourself this question. If you don't trust the person that you're with, if you don't trust them with your heart, why are you there? Why are you there? We gotta drop the facades. We gotta drop the hard, emotionalist facades. We have to stop acting like people don't matter. Because if we act like that, then chances are we're showing people that they don't matter to us. And if you're showing a person that they don't matter, then how long do you think they're going to stay with you? How long do you think they're going to stick around? You may truly care about this person, but if you're not telling them or showing them or letting them know in the way that they can receive it, how long do you think that's going to last? We're too grown for the nonsense. We're too grown for the back and forth. Again, if you care, tell them. Show them. You got to make sure they know. Again, we're telling everybody but the people that we should be telling these things to. You got to let them know. It's time out for the emotional tug of war. It's like everybody wants to hold on and be strong, and nobody wants to just give in. Nobody wants to go out on a limb. But ask yourself, is my relationship worth losing because I'm a little bit afraid to go out there and put myself out there first? Is it worth losing? Is it worth it not growing to something that it could possibly be? Just by simply acknowledging how you feel, that could open up a world of possibilities to take your relationship even further. But if everybody is holding back, then the relationship is not going to go anywhere. You're too afraid to say anything. They're too afraid to say anything. So now there you are. How do you move forward? You can't move forward if nobody is willing to step out there and take the reins of the relationship and put these emotions out there to acknowledge what's really there. Oh, he know I care. I show him I care all the time. Okay, you may think you're showing him that you care, but if you don't tell him, how is he supposed to know? She know I care. All the stuff I do for her, she know I care. I'm always there. Okay, that may be fine and dandy. But if you don't tell people, you can't expect people to read your mind. We just can't. Oh, well, if I did this for him, then that shows that I love him. Not necessarily true. I'm always there for her. I got her back. She knows I got her back. That may not be true. If you don't verbally tell people how you feel, one may never know. It's easy to assume that they know. It's safer for us to assume that they know. We want to stay in a safe place and think, they know, because that makes us feel comfortable, because we don't have to get out of our comfort zone, because we get to stay there saying to ourselves, they know how I feel. They know how I feel. I don't have to tell them, because we're afraid. Oftentimes we're afraid, but you gotta trust the person that you with. If you care, tell them. If you care, show them. Stop being afraid to communicate how you feel with the person that you're with. Stop going telling everybody but the person that needs to know. Stop assuming that they know how you feel because of actions. Sometimes those words will make the world of difference in the relationship. I care. I want to be with you. I want us. I want this to work. I want us to work. Sometimes a person just needs to hear that. Sometimes they need to know and feel validated in your life. Feel as though, you know what, man, she do really want this. Man, he does really want this. But they may never know if you don't tell them. You can't continue to be afraid to show it, to tell them. If you're not sure, then don't say anything. This is for the people that know how they feel, but they're too afraid to say something, because again, I get it. We've all been hurt. Listen, dating and being in a relationship in 2021, I just got the shivers just thinking about it, because it's so much that's going on. But you got to look besides all of that and just acknowledge what you have and what's in front of you. Because again, if you don't say anything, how do you expect them to know? How do you expect them to know how you feel? A simple conversation. I'm not saying you have to go and make these long, drawn out speeches, but let them know. And you know what? Every now and then, you got to keep reinforcing your position in their life. You got to keep letting them know how you feel. Okay, just because you said it once, you know what? Every now and then, just check in and let them know. I care about you. I want to be with you. It's us. We gonna make this work. We got this. Yeah, we been through some changes. We done been through the storm and the rain, but I got this. Go ahead. You can ask your question. I got this. I want you. I care about you. I care about us. I care about what we doing. Every now and then, especially if you've been in a relationship for a long time, sometimes we take each other for granted. We take each other for granted. We think that, we've been together for 5 years. They know I care. I mean, if I didn't, I wouldn't have been with them for 5 years. But listen, every now and then, we all want to hear those words. Men, you guys are no exception. Every now and then, you want to know how she feel about you. Ladies, it's not only about them telling us. You have to let him know. Listen, I appreciate you. I value you. I thank you for everything that you do for me. I thank you for being the man in my life. I thank you for having my back. I thank you for lifting me up. I thank you for being strong for me. I thank you for being my strength. I thank you for being all those things that I need. I thank you for being brave when I'm afraid. I thank you for being everything to me. I thank you. I care about you. You got to let them know. Just like you want to be validated, you got to validate him. Fellas, you got to validate her. You got to let her know. You got to let her know. Listen, baby, you beautiful. You the best thing to me. I love the way you take care of me. I love the way you support me. I love the way that I can confide in you. I love the way that I can bounce ideals off of you. I love the way I can be my true self with you. And you don't judge me. And you don't cast me to the side. I love that you there for me. I love that you got my back. Everybody needs to hear that. If you care, tell them. Show them. Stop taking folks for granted. Because one day they may not be there. And I'm not even saying in a sense of them stepping out and cheating. Life is too short. The last thing you want is something to happen to the person that you're with and you have these regrets. I should have told them. I should have did what I had to do to make them mine, to let them know how important they were to me. Now it's too late. Now it's too late. Simply because we were afraid. Simply because we could not get out of our comfort zone. So, if you love them, or if you even care about them, let them know. If you don't, why are you holding on to them? If the relationship is new, then this is not, this doesn't pertain to you at this point. But once you get to that crossroad and you know whether or not you care or you don't, some decisions need to be made. But we got to stop acting like it's so cool to not care. Oh, I don't care. She can do whatever she want to do. She can do her. I'm going to do me. She going to do her. I'm going to do me. Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do you. I'm going to do me. What the heck does that even mean? You going to be miserable. She going to be miserable, but we doing us. We doing us when we could have been doing us together if we hadn't been so prideful. If we are not so busy, stuck on being so hard and being so tough and not having any feelings, we could have been doing us together. But nobody want to say nothing. Nobody want to say nothing. Nobody want to look like they human. Nobody want to look like they have feelings. Nobody want to look like they have emotions. Nobody want to show that they care. Nobody want to tell that they care. Again, if you've been hurt in the past and you're still in a place where it hurts, you may want to be on a relationship timeout. You may not be ready. And that's a legitimate place to be. But don't hold somebody else up because you're afraid. You let them go so that you can continue to heal and go through your process. But again, if you love them and you care, tell them. Show them. Again, nobody can read your mind. Stop thinking because you do things, oh, well, that shows that I care. Everybody has different love languages. But one thing is for sure, if you verbally tell people, they're going to get it. They're going to get it. Ron Callie, you're saying, I'm in a relationship and the ex-man is trying everything to win her back. And she told him she has moved on and she is happy and he is harassing her and sending her gifts. And she told him to stop. And he stopped harassing her on her job. I love her. She loved me, but he is frustrating her. What do I do? That sounds like that's some legal issues that you all may want to work out because you're using words like harass. So when you start saying things like that, you may want to consider getting the authorities involved. But again, that's a personal situation that you guys have to figure out. Is it really harassing? Is she doing something to entertain him and give him hope. Those are some ways that you can kind of look at that situation. But again, if you want to be with them, if you're with them and you haven't told him lately, I care about you, I want to be with you, tonight, change that around. Tell him. If you haven't told her that you care about her or that you want to be with her, change that around. Tell her. Tell her, baby, I care about you. I want to be with you. You important to me. You special to me. I'm thankful to have you in my life. I promise you, you start telling people things like this, watch you see a change in your relationship. Watch you see a change in your marriage. Even being married, they still want to know that you care. They still want to know that your marriage is important to them, that it's still important to you. Tell me you care. Don't let years go by without acknowledging how you feel about each other. Keep that line open, because when you keep that line open, it gives room for the relationship and the love to continue to grow. But once you close that off, it's like there's nothing can get in. You can't feed the relationship because your emotions are cut off from it. So again, if you care, tell them. Show them. Tell them often. Show them often. Because life is too short. Let's stop taking each other for granted. Let's love on each other. I mean, it's so much negativity going on out here. It's like cheating and all this infidelity. All that stuff seems to just be the most popular thing that's going on. But let's change the narrative. Let's change the dynamic. Let's start letting people know. Let's start letting them know, man, you what I want. You who I want to be with. I care. I care. Tell them. Show them. Let's put our fear to the side. Let's push our doubts to the side and let's let them know. Let's keep letting them know so that our relationships and our marriages continue to grow and prosper in a positive way. We can bring in and usher in positive love and positive vibes so that our families and our communities can continue to grow in a positive way. We need more love. We need more sensitivity. We need more care. We need to start showing more of these things and less of all this negative stuff. So, again, if you love them, tell them. You care, tell them. Guys, listen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Again, guys, if you care, tell them. Until next time, peace out. Good night, you guys.